Hello. I don't know if anybody can hear me, and I do not know if I'm currently properly streaming on YouTube either. So let me just start off and wait for my YouTube to kick in. Yes, it is kicking in. Okay. I'm up and running. Now, just so that it's not coming out of my mouth and you can hear it someplace else, here we go.
What to make of this. There's a lot of unity happening right now. And believe it or not, a
Unity.
lot of people are coming together, left and right, to say enough is enough. This isn't the swamp that we're draining. We need to take matters into our own hands. So I'm going to share with you guys exactly what was said as Republicans blocked the House vote to release the Epstein files. And we knew this was going to happen. But, and by the way, this is why I would love to see, votes on Medicare for all and votes on popular things that would help the American public. Let's vote on getting private
This is Dave Neal, by the way, on YouTube. Just credit where credit is due.
equity out of home buying so that people can afford a home. Let's vote on these things so we can see which of these crooks, which are taking money from different sources, are voting against our interests, right? I would love to see that. Well, here's Charlie Cook. They said adorable. Charlie Cook. Charlie is cooked. Charlie Kirk got his marching orders. Ken Klippenstein says, Charlie Kirk says, I'm done talking about Epstein. How convenient. Let's have a listen to this.
I'm done talking about Epstein for the time being. I'm going to trust my friends in the administration. I'm going to trust my friends in the government to do what needs to be done, solve it, balls in their hands. I've said plenty this last weekend. So if you guys want to see my commentary on it, that's fine. Honestly, I'm done talking about it.
Oh, well, I'm so glad we solved this one. A giant pedophile ring.
Hello.
No need to talk about it. Andrew, was it?
So the GOP has decided to block the Epstein list. 2 days ago, the Epstein list didn't exist. So what is happening? This is remarkable to me because I was just after listening to Candace Owens, and I don't normally support Candace Owens. If you go back 2 years ago, I would have been one of those people that is in the same group as Ben Shapiro or somebody else. But this is just fascinating to me. The GOP, and it was an old lady that actually voted no in the end
After
as well.
it was reported that Trump called Charlie Kirk to ask him to tone down his criticism of the Epstein files.
So Trump calls Charlie Kirk and asks him to not talk about the Epstein files anymore. But remember, again, Pam Bondi 2 days ago said they don't exist. Patel and the other leaders in the government are also saying that they don't exist. This is just, it's completely fascinating to me because I don't know how they can, on the one hand, tell us that the list doesn't exist. Or, sorry, first of all, the list is on Pam Bondi's desk. Then the list doesn't exist. Then they block the list. So it's clear to anybody with a functioning brain that there's something negative going on, obviously, right? But I heard Candace Owens today, as I was saying, and she was talking about she's not even sure if Epstein is dead. And I thought to myself, oh yeah, I thought to myself that little bit today. Maybe he's not, but then, and I don't know why I came up at the same time, but it does fit into this whole criteria that if you can hide one thing, you can hide a bunch of other things. Now, I know everybody's going on about this, but and I know I'm not American, but we are all being affected either socially or individually by the effects of this situation. And I don't mean what happened to the kids, which is horrible and disgusting, but what is actually happening in, say, Israel, whatever, today, because potentially Epstein was part of Mossad. So if Epstein was part of Mossad, um, and we find out that he was, dead through another agent on the day that he died, maybe he's not actually dead, and he's sitting back in whatever country he's in right now, doing whatever Epstein would have done before. Okay, but I want to talk about or talk with anybody about this online. I've got my YouTube stream up and running, and I've got my TikTok up and running, and I would love to hear anybody's opinion on this because I'm blown away by the fact that the GOP, who has been chasing this down for the last couple of years, shows the list, you know, but then now they're actually hiding it. Like, okay, sorry. In my brain, these things are all so large already, right? And I've been trying to explain it to my wife how big this actually potentially is because of all the connections between everybody. So first of all, if you have somebody, let's say like Candace Owens or let's say Tucker Carlson, who again I don't like. Oh, the game name is it's called OpenFront.io, and it's fun, and I like it, and I'm a little addicted. And when I go to sleep, I see it in my eyes. So be aware. It's very simple and very easygoing. Oh, live visibility restricted. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results because it contains unoriginal or reproduced content. This is in line with the For You feed eligibility standards. Okay, right. I have no idea. I thought I could show stuff. Okay, so not being recommended. Awesome. I mentioned Epstein, and now I'm not being recommended. Maybe it is the Open Front game itself, but I am just showing my desktop, so I don't see what the problem is. So, anywho, the possible connection. What you okay? Sorry, I'm going to go full conspiracy right now. TikTok wants to be bought out by somebody so it can stay in the United States, and that relies on Trump as well. Okay, just spitting in with the theme of tonight. So, if Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson spontaneously have accidents, I'm wondering how far this is going to go. You know, how far would the MAGA crowd? Now, I'm saying MAGA in as positive a term as I can. Let's say you're just see it as purely make America great again. Okay, you think that America is not great because of things like the Epstein list and the conspiracies behind it. Fine, that's an opinion, and you're welcome to have it. But now you know that people who were saying that that was the reason, as in Trump was saying that there's too much going on, release the list. His own kids were saying it, and now you know that he's also now the one that's blocking it. His own actions imply that not only is he on the list, he is, defending other people that were on the list. Like this is just one and one is two kind of situation, and it's not only scary because of the power that somebody might have to do this kind of thing, but the fact that nobody can outrightly talk about it. Now, I guess I am, I guess other people are, but what happens if Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, or somebody else starts being affected? That's how I'm just going to describe that, because you have testimonials of individuals saying that they will block or they will work against the individuals that go against them. Israel says that I can bring up some videos here of other people that have had said that if somebody works against their interests, they will slander them, they will bring them down, they will not fund them, they will push against them, right? That's what is happening. You know, Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson would say that. You can see that there are people that might be individually just saying that we should take them down. They're being anti-Semitic. I am not anti-Semitic, by the way. I know everybody has to say that just so that they feel safe, but I'm an atheist, so I have no interest in religion, and I basically was put off religion because of the Catholic Church and its shenanigans in Ireland, which very much are similar to that of the Epstein situation, right? So once again, GOP has blocked the Epstein list. I'm going to lose here. So the GOP has blocked the Epstein list. We're going backward in time. So that just happened a couple hours ago. Then a day or so ago, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi were saying it doesn't exist. And then before that, Trump was like, why is everybody always talking about this dead guy? Then before that, like months ago, Bondi's like, yeah, everything is on my desk. They also release a video. Sorry, jumping forward again. They release a video where they've cut the actual video itself and put it through Adobe Premiere, and then they say this is the unaltered video, and then they going back again for the last year and a bit to, like, as in, you know, he was only become president in the last 6 months, running on the idea that he will release this stuff, but he never does. And he was really good friends. Oh yeah, and Ghislaine Maxwell has said that she will testify. Okay. Is Ghislaine Maxwell going to get to that point where she can testify? That is another important question. I think I'm going to have to end this stream and come back on, at least on TikTok, because this video here is not allowed. So I'll stretch myself out and we'll see. So back again soon. New follow. Oh, sweet. Okay. Bye bye, guys. I guess I want this on a For You page because it's a live stream after all. I don't know how to end my blasted stream. I have to figure this out every damn time. How do I end it? Tools, scene layout. I apologize. Okay, right. Exiting this. Just kind of just. Oh yeah, end. Bye. Okay, sweet. Bye, guys. Stream's current bit rate is. I should go. We should go right. Okay. I have to get rid of that. Find that I get a lot more feedback on TikTok. I'm not too sure why Google hates me. Maybe it's because of my LinkedIn. Okay. Okay, concurrent viewers. Oh, I had like one per minute. Okay, cool. Type again. Oh, hello everybody. I am back again. Maybe this time I will not be blocked on TikTok. Okay. So, I was previously blocked on my channel because of possible content that I was sharing. I'm not too sure. It was a game called Open Front. Anyway, the story of the day: the Epstein list has been blocked by the GOP. Take one step backwards, and Kash Patel and Pam Bondi say um, there is no Epstein list. Take another step backwards, and I'm skipping some stuff here. Trump is angry that people are still talking about it. Another step backwards, and you have Pam Bondi saying the Epstein list is on her desk. So people want to just blame Pam Bondi here, but Pam Bondi is the same lady that let Trump off the hook for the college exams that the Trump college. So she was already in his bag before she got her job, and that's probably why she got her job. Okay, so let's just go back again now. The GOP has just blocked the Epstein list. Yesterday, the Epstein list didn't exist. Before that, just before that, and after Trump got angry about it, they had released the video of the cell where Epstein supposedly was, where you had that 1 minute section cut out of the video at 11:59 till 12, right? So between 11:59 and 12, apparently this is the time, or roughly, that Epstein had died. Now, if you're going to commit, unalive, whatever, yourself in the prison, there's not going to be a video of that anyway, right? So what would take 1 minute to occur is if the cell door is open and you walk out and you go to someplace else. That's my opinion, right? This is a conspiracy right now, but you walk out and then that minute is gone. That's a 1 minute is enough time for that, right? What I'm saying, and along with Candace Owens, who was saying a bit earlier, who I normally do not like or do not trust, is that how do we know Epstein is not with the world anymore? We don't really. We just trust that he is, correct? Right? You've never seen the body. You haven't seen any true evidence of the situation. Yeah, maybe I'm going to be putting myself on a be warned list after this. But I'm just I feel the unity in the U.S. has come to a realization or a group consciousness that hey, maybe something bad is happening here. Maybe there's something we should look into about this, and maybe our savior, Trump, or whatever, is somebody that we need to be having a closer look at, because on the one hand, he ran on sharing this list and demanding it be open and that it was Barack Obama that did it, and on the other hand, he's not actually sharing it with the public. He's blocking it. Or if he's not blocking it, the GOP is blocking it. And I think that it's fair to say that the rest of society is like, if you're blocking it, then you're probably on it, right? I think that's an actual fair, argument. It's not like if you've got nothing to hide, then you wouldn't mind somebody spying on you. It's quite different. This is you are blocking the truth from coming out, so therefore you are probably guilty. It's very different than saying, like your normal stuff. So he's either blocking it for somebody else, or he's either blocking it for somebody else, and or himself. Like there's the only two options. What else can there be in the situation? And I'm finding this absolutely fascinating, because an awful lot of what's happening in the world truly depends on this being completely understood by the American population. And you have the left and the right in the United States going, hey, who did Mossad work for? Tucker Carlson points out, it's like he used to be Epstein used to be a school teacher, which is gross, a math teacher back in the 70s, and then became a multimillionaire, and nobody knows where he got his money from. Very interesting, right? How did he get what he got? Um, and how come? Yeah, yeah. Like, how come he's got the president of the United States asking people to? How does he get the president of the United States after being dead to get people to forget about him and the whole of the GOP to avoid talking about the guy, right? This is, oh man, I'm blown away, but not in a good way. But I'm really pleased that the amount of people out there on the left and right wing in the United States are actually turning around going, hey, this is messed up. What's happening here? Because this is one thing that they can agree on, and if you keep on pulling on the string of truth, you're going to find that there's a lot more to the story than that they are not even truly accepting about themselves. Like that their particular government currently right now is in the pocket of other people, or just in the pocket of the rich and the elite. Now remember, it was all well and good when it was, you know, Bill Clinton on that list, and it was all well and good when it was other people like Tom Hanks and that kind of thing that were on that list. But right now, is the game free? Can you actually see the game? Oh, is my game free? Oh no, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm playing another game at the moment called OpenFront.io, and somebody else asked about it earlier. No, the game's not free, but I'm severely thinking that it should be because it's early access and there's a lot of work that I put into it. But I'm currently unemployed and have to um, make an income somehow until I get a job. Maybe if I get a job, I'll actually make it free. But just appreciate if anybody put it onto a wish list. That's a wish list on Steam. I feel awkward even mentioning buying my game, and I shouldn't feel awkward, but I do. Um, and using the situation to do it, maybe it's not the best idea, but I got you to mention to look at it. So I don't know if anybody else can see that. Yeah, somebody asked. Okay. I'm currently up on YouTube and on Steam at the same time, and average viewer duration is 56 seconds. That's pretty good for the one viewer I had. Who's attacking me? Have a nice day, and I'll make friends with him. You're not watching that game that I'm currently watching. Oh, I could see 08. The thing is, I think a lot of people join and are gone before. Yeah, I mean, just change this text. Change the text. Ask me about you talking. Hmm. That down. This content will be covered by chat notifications. Okay, right. I'm going to be playing this game until somebody asks me a question, and you can't see the game that I'm playing unless you're on YouTube, and I don't even know if I'm getting sound across there. It looks like I am, in both cases. I just lost that game that I was playing. Take you away for a moment. Billy Bob. How you doing? I don't get all of this stuff on the side. Are there a bunch of people on right now or don't? Nobody's on right now. Ask me something. And I spelled that with a capital S, so that's probably just gonna I might incite somebody to ask a question. Why are you so stupid to write with a capital S? Anyhow, I am playing another game while waiting for chat conversations to appear. I really don't think that there's much more for me to say, and it is a pretty short uh, YouTube or video if I just jump off this quickly. And other people might want to watch on here. I can minimize that down. Hello, how are you doing? You've got just a dot for a name, so sorry I can't actually say your name, and you're gone. Bigger for YouTube. Oh, no. You can't see what I'm doing. Boom, 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 boom. Um, it's very difficult to talk about the world politics and stuff like that when you don't know your audience and you don't know what questions that they have. You kind of make the assumption that they all know what you know in one way or another, and we all know different things, and we all should respect each other's knowledge on those things and own points of view, which is why it's quite amazing to have uh, the GOP the Republican base, and the Democratic base all interested in the same subject, which is the Epstein files, right? Um, I have to say that I've seen more push coming from the Republican base, which is very endearing in my opinion, than the um, Democratic base in the United States. The Democratic base seems to be a little bit on hiding, and you can ask um, Barack Hussein Obama about the exact same thing, where he's out there saying, hey, Democrats need to toughen up. Well, if your former president is saying that you need to toughen up, and he was a bit of a pansy, in my opinion, in the first place, um, you know, speaking about the banks, for example, letting them off the $7 trillion plus and doing more bombing than any other president before him. And remember, the president before him was George W. Bush, and Barack Obama did more drone bombings. Then it's clear to say that if he's telling you that you're being a bit weak fighting, then maybe you're being a bit weak in fighting. And that's why I'm quite surprised to see people like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson not only going against people like Ben Shapiro and other individuals, but basically they're just coming out and asking the question, and they're asking very poignant questions that are quite easily answered when you just use simple logic, like, why would you not show a list of individuals committing crimes when you're not on the list unless you are on the list? Why is the GOP not sharing and currently blocking the list when supposedly the list does not exist? These seem like very simple things that need to be addressed, and I'm quite flabbergasted that it's only a very select few individuals that are actually saying anything, and those select individuals are going to be in a lot of trouble soon, considering, like I'm surely blacklisted on LinkedIn and I'm blacklisted on YouTube and sorry, you don't see what's happening on my screen unless you're on YouTube. Yeah, so it's just interesting times. I'm thinking that it's very strange for me to get 0 in the live performance on um, TikTok. I have a feeling that I'm being blocked potentially. Very bizarre because I know TikTok wants to sell itself. I can't blame it. It seemed to be unfairly picked on, and Trump liked it, so he got along well with the people of TikTok. His own words, by the way. And I don't blame the people on TikTok for helping him. I actually don't even blame anybody for picking Trump. I think that it was potentially a reasonable situation. But one of the reasons that it was reasonable was basically because he was going to help release the Epstein list and go after those degenerates, right? But now currently asking, why are you even asking about it, people? The game I'm playing right now is Open Front. I think I'm going to have to end this stream and start again just due to the fact of the name that I have on the video. I think I'm being blocked. I genuinely do. Um, What's the amount I'm spending here? Sorry, I'm playing a strategy game. Don't know if many of you are into strategy games. I personally love them. Hello. I don't even know how to say your name. I don't even think it's Leet, but how are you doing? E3054O. I've been talking about the Epstein list to an audience that is not watching, so I don't know what to say right now. I've said everything that I need to say, but if you want to ask me any questions, I would appreciate it. I have to reach 120 minutes on the live stream in order to get some other award on TikTok that I don't even understand. Not I'm complaining. I'm going to be playing a game for another hour and a bit anyway. I'm currently playing openfront.io, a lot of fun, and I'm about to nuke this guy who is going to kick my ass after I nuke him. So you can be on TikTok and just be on TikTok and leave it running, and you're not going to get hit by the difficulties in your streaming. Just like, what's the word that I'm saying? Um, so you get 100. I have to reach 120 minutes, and I will be allowed to get extra points just by being on for 120 minutes, which is 80 on that list there. That's quite reasonable. Then getting mixed in this game. Oh, nuclear. I really wish that I could share this game on TikTok. I think you guys would like it. Nobody on YouTube is going to see me. I've died. Maybe I'll just end the stream and start off in another stream because, you know, I think that the name is actually killing me. Okay? Talk to you guys later. $33 views, 0 US. Oh. Average duration went up to 2 minutes. Oh, that's pretty cool.